beat with no hesitation. I kill a beat with no hesitation. Only thing I know is hard work, dedication. That boy flow sick and it beat the medication. It's kings at this table, you can't make a reservation. Who you know do it better? Hopping on a flight.
Yo, man, we back in the building. Welcome back. For some of you, it might be the first time tuning in. It's all good, man. It's all good. Just glad you here. Shot Clock Show, Ep.3. I am Mariano. You can call me Mari. I actually prefer it. You know what I mean? So it's all good, man. You know what I mean? We gonna have the social media handles all in the description and all that. But as usual, if you've ever seen me on any barbershare or production, any of the shows, whether it was Third Pick. I'm not gonna hold you all of that. You know what I mean? It's at Mariano on Twitter, 2 N's, 2 O's. Like I tell your aunt when she asked me for money, that's not gonna change, not for the foreseeable future anyway. But we are back. The NBA is back. But before we get to the NBA talk, we got to talk about the WNBA champs, man. Listen. Shout out to the Las Vegas Aces, who are my team. If you did not know this, I officially became a fan before the start of this season, but I've been rocking with them for a little minute. Just, you know what I mean? Asia Wilson is probably my favorite player in the world, my favorite basketball player in the world, period. Man, woman, it doesn't matter. Like she's it for me. That game last night was crazy. Like, I'm recording this the day after the Aces, just won the championship. The first WNBA team to win back-to-back titles since the Sparks did it in 01-02, man. Like, you can see it's been 2 decades since we've seen some shit like this happen. You know what I'm saying? A little bit over that. So, and I'll tell you what's interesting about that game. The Aces came in, I want to say, or better yet, should I say the Liberty, they came in at like 6-point favorites. Like if you're a bettor out there, shout out to all the bettors. I hope you hit your parlays and everything like that. Stay safe, stay sane, more importantly. But they came in favored by like 6 points. The Aces, they're missing 3 starters. And that game was looking, pretty gloomy, if you're looking at it from, the Aces standpoint. But when you got an Asia, you got a chance, man. You know what I'm saying? And let me go ahead and just read off this real quick. 24 points and 16 boards in that game what ended up being the closeout game. And I'm going to tell you what's more interesting than that, the irony that the Liberty actually outscored the Aces by 1 point in the fourth quarter and lost the game by 1 point. So it just goes to show you that all the work that you do in these early quarters, they matter, bro. Any putback, any free throw, any missed call, any whatever, that literally makes the difference. But this series could have easily went the whole way. It could have went 5 games. I wouldn't have been mad at that. But shout out to the Aces. Shout out to the Liberty. I think this is probably going to be a rivalry moving forward. I think this is great for the WNBA overall because in past years there wasn't probably really this much support or this much interest even. You know what I mean? But the Stars pulled up. You see your man Stephen A. pulled up looking like he about to sell you. You know what I'm saying? A bag of something green. Might be spinach. I don't think it's going to be the real deal. You know what I mean? He just want to show up and look like he's doing it. You know what I'm saying? He may come up to you and refer to weed as reefer. You know what I mean? Maybe. That's just the vibe he had on with his outfit. But shout out to him, man. They got the Stars pulling up. I love it. Moving forward, I do want to see this matchup a lot more because people got cute. People got cute in the regular season when the Liberty was beating the Aces and all that. And how the girls say, not too much on the dolls, man. You know what I'm saying? Because they are champions now. So shout out to them. Let's talk about this for a second. You know who was nice? Michael Finley, man. Michael Finley was dead nice. And I mean like his whole career, but specifically those Dallas Maverick years, yo. There was this game. It was NBA Inside Drive. Let me look up the exact year. I want to say it was 03. NBA Inside Drive on the Xbox. For those of y'all that was outside during that time. Yes, it's 2003. I am correct about that. Paul Pierce on the cover about to lay something up crazy. But I remember I gave one of my best performances on any basketball game ever. I gave my man 75 points with Michael Finley, yo. all elbow jumpers, because he was doing that in real life. He couldn't miss. That elbow, he owned that elbow. That's his. They should, you know how they do the street names and they clip the ribbon and they got the name. That little elbow spot on the court should be just renamed to like Michael Finley, because he was money from there, man. And he'd come dunk on you. His hairline was good. He had like decent waves, you know what I mean, from what I remember. And he was a goon. He did it. He had everything you wanted from an NBA player, bro. Everything. He had it all covered. I remember there was one time they had their little like rivalry or whatever back and forth with the Kings. And Mark Cuban basically told him, like, look, if the refs ain't gonna call nothing, go out there and get yours. I'm gonna pay the fine. And what Finley do? Went right out there and got his, put in work. He was a goon. Shout out to Michael Finley, man. It really don't get much better than that when you talk about black excellence as it pertains to the NBA. So shout out to him. But the season is upon us. The NBA regular season is upon us. And I just want to give y'all a couple of my favorites right now, right? I'll give y'all my picks for each conference. In the East, this might surprise some of y'all because you might see the Bulls hat. If not, you know I'm a Bulls fan. The Bulls aren't even on the radar. Like, let's not kid ourselves. Let's not play games. I think this is gonna come down to, you know, the Bucks. They just got Dame over there. We talked about that recently. That's a scary team. It's a very scary team. Boston, they got Kristaps, who he put on that Boston green and he tapped into his inner white man, and you know he's out there flourishing. I told y'all before, man, we had this conversation. When white people lock in on just being just good at being a white person, they accomplish a lot of shit, man. Michelle Branch and shit like that. You know what I mean? Christina Aguilera. Like shout out to white people that like being white people. You know what I'm saying? Kristaps, hey man, you in Boston, you white. Good things can happen for you. Do your thing. But until you knock off the Heat, I gotta say they're at least in the conversation. I mean, that's not crazy to say, because the last couple of years they've been going to the finals with people laughing at them every step of the way. So, you know, my personal pick, I'm gonna tell y'all right now that I don't think anybody's gonna be able to stop Dame and Giannis. Like, this is just some shit you couldn't even put this together on 2K, bro. You might get an error. You might gotta turn the salary cap off and do all type of wild shit to make this happen on a video game. But to see this in real life, I'm taking the Bucks easily. Like, I'll put my money on the Bucks right now. Defensively, obviously, we saw SGA and Dame going at it, and that jumper looked like it's there for SGA, man. Like, it's not that shit ain't going nowhere at all. So defensively, I mean, obviously they got some questions to answer, but I'm not worried about the Bucks at all, man. I think they're gonna be there. Boston, if Jaylen Brown can, dribble with his left, lay up with his left, and keep his dribble alive, long enough, they're gonna be an issue as well. Like I said, they got Kristaps, man. I'm excited about that. I mean, Drew Holiday, like that makes that team a completely different squad, man. I know it sucks to see Marcus Smart go, but shit, man, you bounce back with a Drew. I mean, shit, what could you do? But yeah, it's gonna come down to those three teams. I think, as the season goes on, I can never count out Miami. Shout out to Spo. He's a huge part of the reason why. But give me the Bucks. In the West, I saw some people saying that Phoenix should be the favorites because they got, Bradley Beal and they got KD and Booker's over there, and everything. I'm just not. I gotta see it. I gotta see it to believe it, man. I'm really not there with it just yet. I think they're gonna play a very fun brand of basketball. I think they're gonna be very exciting to watch. I'm looking forward to it. They're probably gonna be out there scoring 140 points a night. They might give up 141 points, but that's not the point. That's beside the point. We ain't talking about that. We focusing on the positive shit only. The Lakers, I ain't gonna lie. Lakers got a decent team, man. They got a very, very solid team, and they got LeBron James, bro. So until I know how people feel about LeBron, it's year 20, year 21, whatever. I don't know if you ever heard that before. That's year 20. But I'm here to remind you in case nobody else ever said it, because I don't think I've seen that anywhere ever, that this is year 20, year 21 for LeBron. So I just thought I should be the first person to tell you that. They got a decent team, but until you prove you can stop Jokic, I'm picking the Nuggets, like, again, you know what I mean, to go back. But I think this NBA season is actually going to be fun, though. I will say that. Like I'm gonna get to that, in a little minute. A couple things that I love about the NBA so far that we're looking at right now. Preseason basketball is going on. But yeah, those are my favorites right there. Give me the Bucks, give me the Nuggets. I know it's low hanging fruit, but low hanging fruit tastes good sometimes too. That's why it's right there. It's been pulling that shit down, man. It's been doing pull ups on that branch right there. That's why it's down there for a reason. You know what I mean? But yeah, I just don't see too many. It's not the NFL where a team is just gonna like surprise you like that. You know what I mean? If you pay attention and you watch basketball and you see kind of what's going on, no team should surprise you. I don't think this year. Championship wise, maybe a couple teams make the playoffs that we didn't see last year, but championship wise, I'm gonna stick to the top guys until they just show me they can't do it. But we gotta talk about a couple things, man, because preseason basketball is going on right now as we speak, and there's a couple things that I want to talk about, right? And this segment right here is called Just Pray, because there's really nothing else you can do about it, I'm going to start with Wardell out there in Golden State. The man is hitting game winners, leading 18-point comebacks and shit like that in preseason. That game winner was insane. Like, but it was so crazy. It's Steph. You don't even jump out your seat for shit like that no more because it's Steph. That the game plan for the other side, just pray. Victor Wemby, as everybody's calling him, he's looking as good as advertised. Not just because he's 7'9", hitting the nutmeg like it's nothing, because he still has guard skills from when he was much shorter. It's not about the dunks that look like Michael Jordan in Space Jam. I know y'all all seen the memes and shit. It's not about the pull-up jumper that just looks unstoppable because you just ain't that tall and you just can't get there in time to stop it. And it's water every time. It's the fact that he was running out of bounds and through the he-is of Michael Jordan, Magic, Stockton, whoever you wanted. That pass was insane. I know y'all know the play. I know y'all saw that play. He looked back for half a second and absolutely dimed it over his right hip backwards. Like, that shit sounds fake. It sounds like a kid is like writing a script up about what he wants to see in like his own fantasy basketball movie. But this shit is real life. Only thing you can do when you go out there on that court, you got the Spurs on your schedule this season, man. Just pray. That's all you can do. And last but not least, the reigning, the Finals MVP, NBA champion, leading the league and not giving a fuck too, which is most important, and it's the most scariest thing about him, because Nikola Jokic couldn't care less about basketball, bro. He wants to go out there and dance in clubs, pop a few bottles, enjoy his time with his horses, and just chill. Don't even care about watching the league, man. And he's the best thing smoking. The best thing. The best thing y'all can do for Jokic is just be nice to him. Don't give him no extra motivation to go out there and dog you, because he will. Not only is he capable, it got to be fun to him. You know how you got those people that show up to the office and they got to find something else to do. They might fuck around and, they in people's business and all, because they don't really care that much. They just like, I'm here. I need to find something to keep me here. Let me find something to keep me here. What Jokic winning did. Let me just go get a championship, man. Let me make it fun. Let me just go get a ring real quick. You know what I'm saying? Y'all talking all this ring culture shit. Let me get one of these. But there's really nothing you can do to stop Jokic, man. Just pray. Hope it works out for you. You know what I mean? I haven't seen it yet, man. That shot he hit over AD in the playoffs. You know exactly what shot I'm talking about. That was the moment I knew, like, yeah, you're not gonna stop the Nuggets from winning the championship if he's hitting shit like that. I don't care who you are. It is what it is. let's talk about a couple things though that I'm interested in seeing this season from a couple different players. Um, I want to start right here with my guy Zion. Right, Zion been all over the memes and everything this summer, and rightfully so. 100%. Shout out to him. He loves Dallas, and Dallas loves him back. The only thing with Zion that I've noticed is that it's not so much about if with Zion. It's about is. And the thing with Zion is that the is always moves, right? I give you an example of what I'm talking about. We go from saying, is Zion back? And then the is moves over a little bit and we say, Zion is back. But then the is moves over a little bit more and we like, Zion's back is. So it just depends on where that is when it comes to this upcoming season. Because if Zion is back, because he looked good the other night when I saw him, oh my God, a dude like him, that tall, that athletic, that built like that, and you dribbling like that, and you taking dudes off the dribble, dunking shit, or like it's sign me up for that every single night. If he is back, the NBA will be a much better place, and he can just get back to hooping, man, because him with the weight gain and the injuries and all this, like I said, all the social media shit and all that. Everything other than basketball is what people question. What are we going to get from Zion this season? And I hopefully we get a healthy Zion, because like I said, that just means a better product for the NBA overall. You all remember last season, Zion came out there and windmilled that shit. Oh my God, like that shit was like when they saw Dominique do the windmill in the 80s and shit like that. That was different. So shout out to Zion, man. I hope that he can stay healthy, stay consistent. That'll be huge for that Pelicans team, man. Shout out to Bi. Bi's a dog. CJ's a dog. I wasn't a CJ guy for a long time, but CJ's a dog. He's one of them. But yeah, shout out to Zion. Like I said, it's not if, it's it's the is. We got to see where that is going to land. When it comes to this season. Shout out to Markelle Fultz. Shout out to him, because it wasn't that long ago that you get drafted to Philly, the injuries start piling up, everybody starts to look at you and say, "Damn, man, it's another athlete falling victim to that Sixers curse. He might never pan out. He may never be, whatever." Shout out to him for staying consistent, sticking to his guns and trusting his process, believing in himself, because he's back out here cooking. And man, if he can have a real chance over there with that Orlando team, oh man, listen, that's a young team with a lot of talent over there. I like what they're doing. It's definitely a fun team. I wouldn't be mad if somebody put them on their league pass list, which I'll see how the NBA is looking like after week 1, and then I'll give y'all a list of my my league pass picks and stuff like that. I'll give y'all a sneak peek of that. The Utah Jazz are definitely on that. I ain't gonna say too much about it right now, but when the time comes, I'm gonna talk a little bit more about Utah. But shout out to Markelle Fultz. If you're not familiar with the Nas song "Second Childhood," please go listen to that. It's a masterpiece, beautiful song. I think that Markelle Fultz is having his second NBA childhood, which I'm happy to see. I'm always happy to see talented players get a chance to actually flourish, when the reason why we haven't seen them at this level yet is not performance based. It's injury, it's health things. You know what I mean? So, if he can stay healthy, man, that Orlando team is going to be very, very fun to watch. And I'm here for it. We got, last but not least, we got to talk about my Michigan boy, my dog, Jordan Poole. I know y'all saw the video and all that, the fight and shit like that. That's the reason why you got to Golden State. But that kid is accomplished. He directly, affected the finals performance for the Golden State Warriors, and was a huge reason why they got another ring. Like, that playoff run was special. Shout out to him. I'm always gonna root for my Michigan boys, but especially when they get a chance to chip up like he did. You know what I'm saying? So he's over there in Washington now with the Wizards. Kuzma. And Washington is one of those teams that I think, even since, like Gilbert Arenas days, you know what I mean? With Anton Jameson and Karan Butler and Brendan Haywood, and you remember that team. They've always been not just hungry for a star, but for a player that they can call their own, that's like proud to be there. You know what I mean? And they still show love to Gil to this day, because, like they've had success with with that team back then, just that era, having a tough guard that can score. It's kind of always been their identity when it comes to like pushing their stars. So I think that Jordan Poole can be that for them for sure. We just saw him go off. He had 41 after like 3 quarters or something like that. Like, man, listen, he's doing everything that we thought he would be doing over there. You know what I'm saying? Like right now, early. And I think that more of this is going to be going on. You're going to be looking at some Tracy McGrady and Orlando type, you know what I mean? Like them type of runs, them B. Roy and in Portland type of run. I'm not saying he's those guys, but bucket wise, he gonna be getting them, man. You know what I'm saying? And DC, they put him in the crowd too, if you know what I mean. You know what I mean? Some good lookers out there. So he gonna look over there, take one glimpse in the stands, and say, okay, it's gonna be this kind of night. All right, you in trouble. You know what I mean? Give you 45 on a humble night because you ain't peeped the front row and you ain't see Shorty sitting over there showing off a little too much. You know what I mean? On the shoulder area. He caught a glimpse of that, and now ain't nothing you could do about it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I love this for him. He's going over there. Like I say, he's already accomplished. You know what I'm saying? He's got a ring already. He's got that. He's coming from that championship culture. He comes from that environment where, he understands like what it takes to win. You know what I mean? Do I see the Wizards as a championship team, like a threat? Nah, not right now, man. You know what I'm saying? It's still early in their rebuilding process. But he's a good place to start. I will tell you that. Him and Kuzma, they're gonna at least play some fun basketball. Man, it's gonna be a fun brand of basketball over there. This shit is, I don't know, shit is gonna be special, man. I think this NBA season is gonna be special. I haven't been this excited for an NBA season in a long time. And we go through this as basketball fans who grew up in a certain era, the 90s, the 2000s, and stuff like that, early 2010s. Where you look at it and you say, damn, man, where's the league going? Like, what's the next step for the league? Like, what are we doing? And you get a crop of players that come in and they may not pan out, or you still trying to figure out who they are, who's who, what's what. And I think right now the league is in very good shape. I will say real quick, this wasn't on the rundown, but we're gonna talk about it. The in season like awards, like them adding awards, I think is like ultimately taken away overall from like winning really meaning something. You know what I'm saying? Like it used to just be MVP, Rookie of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, so on and so forth, champion, period. But now you got Eastern Conference champion and Western Conference champion, and it's just, I don't want to look up in 10 years from now, you got to do it where you got, 4 Eastern Conference champion, trophies up there next to his name and no NBA championships, or vice versa for the West. Like, it feels very unnecessary. That's unless my team get it. Now my team get it. I'm probably, pop a bottle at the bare minimum. You know what I'm saying? I'm a hypocrite. I'm not hiding from that. But I'm fucking around. I'm not popping a bottle for no Eastern Conference championship. Like, nah, we're not doing that. That sounds like some like Philadelphia 76ers shit. That's no shot at them, but it just sounds like that's, you know what I mean? Like that's the kind of shit that they would probably celebrate, I'm cool on it. I don't really need it, necessarily. But like I said, man, I am very excited for this season. That's just a few of the players that I'm excited about, man. If you're checking out this episode and you got any players in mind, hit me up on Twitter, at Mariano on Twitter. Like I said, 2 N's, 2 O's. You can hit me on Instagram at Mariano Bivens. Follow the Barbershare Network. You already know. You get everything right here. All of these shows, man, all of the content, everything we putting out. And if you are not a Patreon member just yet, you can go to patreon.com/Barbershare Network. Go ahead, sign up, man. You might have been waiting. You know what I mean? Waiting till the check hit. Wait till, homie that owe you for that bet last week, he was gonna send that money in. We get it. Whenever you get the bread, man, go ahead, sign up. You know what I mean? All type of different packages available and shit like that, man. Legal packages. We ain't talking about nothing through the mail and nothing like that. Nothing crazy. Allegedly. So just go ahead, man. Sign up, show some love, man. Barbershop Network, good people doing good things. But like it's episode 3. We will be back each week. After the first, week of basketball, first 2 weeks of basketball. Like I said, I'll be right back to give y'all my picks. My early picks for, most improved, and Rookie of the Year, MVP, all of that. You know what I'm saying? I'm probably going to have a champion picked out by like Christmas. You fuck around and catch this episode on Christmas, and you're gonna see like, okay, yeah, this is what it is. I'm gonna go ahead and get my prediction and all that. You know, in the meantime, man, listen, tell a friend to tap into the show, tune in. Other than that, man, we out.
I kill a beat with no hesitation. I kill a beat with no hesitation. Only thing I know is hard work, dedication. That boy flow sick and it beat the medication. It's kings at this table, you can't make a reservation. Who you know do it better?